Do you like adjectives? Big Bad Toy Store has twice as many adjectives as some other leading toy stores. Click the link in the description below and never buy from stores with minimally modified names again. Now watch my video. Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing the Bring Arts 2B. So yes, here we have another Nier thing. This is 2B from Nier Automata. This is the first release. They do have another release of this figure planned, but that is not currently out, so I don't know what the differences will be. Just like I said in my last review, I haven't played any of the Nier games, so I'm not going to necessarily know all the little details about the figure, but she seems like a perfectly acceptable thing to pick up if you are a fan of Nier Automata. Alright, starting off with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have 2B and her little machine friend. Here's our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Cosmic Armor Iron Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. 2B is standard Japanese 1/12 scale, so she is a bit shorter than an American 6-inch scale figure and much bigger than a 3 3/4-inch figure, and her little machine friend is about half as tall as she is. Now let's get everything else out of here and just look at 2B. Moving on to our 360 spin, the majority of 2B's outfit is black. She's got on her black dress, it's got the little boob window in the front, she's got some puffy sleeves, sort of pearlescent wrist wrappings along with the base of her gloves. Then she has her skirt, it is split down one side and has a little pattern around the edge of it. The skirt is not properly removable, but I do believe it's going to be removable in the second release of this figure. And she has some stockings and long black high-heeled boots, which means she is a bit difficult to stand up because of the heels. Overall, it's a really good representation of her outfit, and I have no real complaints there. Head sculpt wise, 2B has her hair, which has a black headband in it. Her hair is transparent, and I personally think it looks really bad. I don't know why they chose to do that, but it was an odd decision and a poor one in my opinion. Her face is sculpted and painted fairly well, and she does have two different heads. She has the unblindfolded one, and then she has one with the blindfold on. The heads are basically the same apart from that. Articulation wise, you get pretty standard import style articulation. Head moves forward and back. Rotates, shoulders move around in the socket, in and out, forward and back, rotate around on the joint, hinge and rotation in the elbow, hinge and rotation in the wrist, ball pegs in the chest and waist so you get some decent body movement, hips go in and out, forward and back, rotate around on the joint, thigh cut, hinge and rotation in the knees, and hinge and rotation in the ankles, so you should be able to get her into plenty of decent poses. Accessories-wise, 2B comes with quite a few things. She has 3 sets of hands. She has 2 relaxed hands, 2 open hands that are a bit more splayed out, and 2 sword-holding hands. She has her sword, which is really nicely detailed, and the little dangly thing at the end is attached separately, so it does move around. And it can be attached to this stand, which also attaches a little halo to it. What can also be attached to that stand is this little robot guy. I don't know what he is, but he looks cool, and he does have slight amounts of articulation in the arms. I guess those are arms. And of course she has her standard 3-jointed kind of arm stand, which you would use to hold her and all of her little floaty things in place. Also kind of an accessory is your machine Lifeform. He is basically a whole other figure though. He's a little tubular robot type man with a round head, really nice weathering detail on him. Articulation-wise, his head moves around, his shoulders are on little ball pegs that move in and out, forward and back, bicep cut, single joint elbows, wrist hinge, and then he has hinges in the foot and in the hip, so his legs can move around a little bit. He's actually pretty cool and fairly fun to mess around with, and he has his own accessory, which is this little bucket. It's also really nicely weathered and has a little handle on it. Packaging-wise, you get a pretty standard windowed box, Nier Automata, big window, YoRHa No.2 Type B and Machine Lifeform, Bring Arts 6-inch action figure. And on the back you get some pictures and poses for the figure and a bunch of Japanese warning stuff that I can't read. As always, these are good for in or out of package display, and that about wraps it up for 2B. So until next time, goodbye!